Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Big Data Solution. Firstly, I'll give thanks to watch my videos and wish you Happy New Year 2021. For all my viewers, I'll wish to achieve a lot of happiness and achieve great things in your life and your career. Thank you. In this video, I have bring some a lot of important questions, the topmost spark questions I bring in this video, because in the if you want to make career in big data, it means in Hadoop, you have to counter the questions, counter the interview question in Spark. So in this video, I bring some topmost questions. I'll give some basic idea of all the questions, how to counter the answer. The first question: what is RDD and how many way you can create the RDD? This is the first most topmost question the interviewer asks. The second question they ask: in which type of use case RDD is fit? It means they ask the question how it means if you want to use RDD, so in which scenario you want to go for RDD? In which scenario if you go for data frame? Uh, so these are type of questions they ask. So you have to counter. And the third question they ask: difference between RDD versus data frame and data set. It means in which scenario you have to go for data frame, and what are the differences between data set and data frame, and when you go for RDD. So all these three differences they mostly, so frequently they ask the question in Spark. The fourth question: what happened when the Spark job submit and it's working? It means when you submit the job, then what will happen? How you get the result only? How you get the result? You get the result, but there are so many things behind the scene, the processing. If you submit the command, then a lot of logs are generated, and all the logs having some information, and those information you have to tell to interviewer what is in which stage, what is going on. So there are so many things happen. I will elaborate it. Firstly, I will describe all the questions. Which version of Spark you are using in your application, and what is the new feature came in that version? It means that question is asking. They ask the question such way: which type of version, Spark version you are using, and why you are using, which type of benefit you are getting from that version, which are new features came in that version. So such a question also they ask. The sixth question: Spark optimization in terms of joining the two table with some example. It means they ask like you have to they ask the question like we have employee table, you have the department table, and both are storing data in data frame, and how to optimize. So you have to tell about, okay, how to optimize, like you have to optimize with the help of broadcast join. Uh, we have to optimize with the help of some uh, filter the data. So firstly filter the data, then you have to go for join. So there are so many tuning things you can apply, like you can avoiding the group by key, try to use reduce by key. If the partition less, then you have to repartition the data. So there are so many things optimization you can go for. In this video I'm bringing only questions. In the next video I'll elaborate all the questions with the full description. The seventh number question they ask: Spark submit command mandatory parameters. It means they ask the question like mandatory parameters. When you Spark submit, if you have a Java job, a Scala job, or Python job, and you have packaging all the things in jar file, then when you submit the command like a spark dash submit, give the jar, give the main class name, jar name, and then you have to give which the deployment modes are there, and which cluster, like that's this master you have to give yarn or messes or any Spark standalone cluster manager you have to give. So which the mandatory parameter required for Spark submit command. And the 8 number question they ask: Spark job submit applications optimization through tuning. It means when you tuning by the configuration. They also ask a question like how to when you Spark submit command, if you execute that time you give some extra configuration for tuning, like you can give like number of code, number of executors, number of you can give like a number of code executor memory also you can give, memory you give, some there is some, if you start a streaming job you have to give it as a supervise. So all these parameters having some meaning, all these parameters having some meaning, and all these parameters having some uh, all these parameters is utilized for some optimization thing. So those thing I'll elaborate in the next video. In this video I'll bring only questions. There are some other optimization parameters you can apply, like garbage collector also you can give. So all these parameters you have to give in Spark Summit command for optimization. So all like I told, garbage collector optimization, so that parameter you have to give like G1GC. You want to optimize, yeah, if you want to increase some memory, because sometimes Spark job give you some error like executor memory error, so you have to pass some more memory, you have to pass some number of executor more. So there are some calculation before first you have to check how much data your Spark job is processing. So as per the data size you have to keep, and you have to calculate, and then you have to give those number of core, number of memory, number of executors, these things you have to give. So all these 8 questions are very important, and all these 8 questions mostly asked. I just sum up all the questions. What is RDD and how many way to create RDD? It means how many way you can create RDD, like you can create the RDD through the reading the file, Spark context or read.txt file, that is converted as RDD. If you want to Spark context or parallelize and give the array list, then also it return as a RDD. If you want to some transformation apply on RDD, like RDD.filter, RDD.map, flat map, reduce by key, group by key, joins, all these also comes as a return type as a RDD. If you're reading the data from any source, then also it gives a RDD. So there are so many ways you can create the RDD. And the second question they ask, in which scenario RDD is fit? Like the RDD basically fit when unstructured type of data, like log file is there, and there no any pattern of data. So you have to make proper clean up the data, and then make a proper structure. Then you have to convert data frame, and on data frame is like a table structure, like row and column. On top of data we can easily process with the help of queries, SQL queries. If they make the data clean up and make a structure in RDD and passes to data frame easily with the help of query can get whatever analysis you can do that. So RDD is basically it fit only for unstructured type of data. And the third question asks difference between RDD versus data frame versus data set. So RDD is already I told, data frame basically for processing, and it has feature like easily you can fire the queries on the data frame. And data frame versus data set, the differences between both. Data frame is whatever the issues in the data or schema, if you fire the queries and the column name is different or data type, so it whatever the checking in the runtime. But data set it find the issues in the compile time. So data frame is the more costly because runtime it give issue, data set it checked in the compile time. What happened when the Spark job submit and is working? It means when you submit the Spark job, then what it happen, what the internal thing happen, like driver program start, there is one job ID also create, and there is a DAG create, and those DAG passes to with the help of task scheduler, task generate, and then passes to executor with the help of a custom manager, and those job execute and give the result to driver. So all these stages, all these phases, you have to elaborate it before the interviewer. I'll in the next video I'll bring all the questions and elaborate it with the help of diagrams and all. The fifth question was which version you are using and why you are using, which are benefits, which are benefit and which are features, new features comes, like in Spark 1.6 the SQL context or high context, if you are connected with high context are there. SQL context, if you are reading from any like Oracle, MySQL database you want to fetch, then SQL context is there. If you want to so there are so many there are so many for different source you can read, then you have to another type of context are there. But in the Spark 2, Spark session is there. It wrap up all the things, all these type of context. It wrap up inside it, and only the Spark session can handle all the things, all type of sources. So that are benefit, and there's some other benefit also came in the some like in Python also. There are so many benefits came. There are so many limitation in the earlier version. Now in the Spark 2 resolve it. Tungsten is came in the Spark 2, that is more make more optimized with the help of code generation. For query it is more make more faster. Memory also best utilize. So these are things in Spark 2. Spark optimization, the sixth question, Spark optimization in terms of join the two tables with some example. They give some example like employee and department, and both is reading, both is storing different data frame, like employee data frame and department data frame. How to optimize the joins? So such a also question asked. And the seventh question already I told, Spark submit command mandatory parameters. When you Spark submit command, right, that time the mandatory parameter like main class is there. jar should be also give the name. So these are the important parameters. Some master you have to give yarn, or which mode. If you don't give, then by default flying mode. So these are the mandatory parameters you have to tell in before the interview. The 8th number question is Spark job application optimization through tuning. It means how many tuning things you can pass in the Spark submit command. So these are the questions mostly asked. In the next video, I'll bring some elaborate all the 8 questions and some other important questions also bring. And these 8 questions is very important, and try to explore all these questions by yourself. In the next video, I'll bring some other important questions that comes in the Spark. And all these questions are top most latest question in 2021 also. In 2020 already people ask. So thank you guys. In the next video I'll bring some other important questions.